माननीय सदस्य श्री ए राजा जी.
Madam Chairperson, thank you for the opportunity given to me to express my views on behalf of the DMK party. I have received the courageous speech of Honorable Minister with rapt attention, and I wondered where he got such a courage to explore the entire cock and bull stories in the parliament. Sir, Madam, I dare to say the Honorable Minister, please go through your speeches tomorrow by text. Compile the text and do tally with the JPC report and the documents submitted with the JPC. If it tallies, I will resign from this house. You recall your memory. When you introduced this bill, you said what prompted to introduce this bill. One of the classical examples that has been given by you, the reason for this bill to be piloted, when you introduced, in Tamil Nadu, in Tiruchirappalli district, entire village, running thousands of acres, were described as work property. JPC came into Tamil Nadu, the district collector came to depose evidence, and the secretary of the revenue department came to the evidence, CEO of the upward came to evidence. All three officers came to JPC, the chairman is sitting here, deposed the evidence. The cock and bull story that has been built by you and expressed by you has been demolished. In spite of the cock and bull story, no interference. No interference. Having said the cock and bull story, now we are coming a new cock and bull stories to say the parliament was given to Waqf board. Yeah. Sir, madam, the irony is that the minorities' rights are going to be protected by way of this bill, where the party is having no members of parliament Muslim community. There is no Muslim MP to introduce and pilot the bill and support the cause of the bill. They are not able to produce a single member of parliament, and they are giving moral advice to us how the secularism can be protected. Madam Chairperson, today it is a remarkable day for the Indian Parliament to design our destiny, whether the country is going to travel, whether the secular country is going to travel in the path which was well beaten by the forefathers of the freedom fighters on the constitution, or a negative path as decided by the communal forces in the country. Sir, I want to start my speech by quoting the Tamil Nadu Assembly passed a resolution. The resolution was moved none other than the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin. The resolution unanimously passed. The stand that I quote, our stand, the Waqf bill introduced by the Parliament against the minority rights, against religious freedom, unconstitutional, contrary to the purpose of Waqf, inconsistent with judicial findings, unnecessary and confusing. If passed, it will cripple the Waqf institutions and harm the Muslim community. Therefore, the Assembly urges Union Government to completely withdraw the Waqf Amendment Bill. Unquote. Madam Chairperson, is it not a paradoxical question that the political will, sovereign will of the entire country seems to be or deemed to be reflected in this house, whereas Tamil Nadu political will reflected in the state assembly is something not only inconsistent, completely diametrically opposite. This difference and diametrically opposite component is not going to be accepted by you, then there will be a question for integrity of this country. Please note it. Madam Chairperson, I want to take back the House in the year 1949, soon after the independence, when the Constitution was made, the Constitution making process was on. Of course, you will be happy that your own favorite leader, the Iron Man of this country, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, favorite leader of the government, they are celebrating with false claims. However, I want to put forth my views from the mouth of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the chairman of the advisory committees for minorities in the Constitutional Assembly. He was the chairman. Who are all the members? President of India and President of the Assembly, Rajendra Prasad. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, later Prime Minister. Dr. Ambedkar and Dr. Munshi. Headed by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the committee took a decision and a report was placed before the Constitutional Assembly. The Constitutional Assembly report was placed on 25th May 1949. He himself says, I quote, a committee of 5 persons was appointed by the advisory committee in which our revered president was also one of the members. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, myself, Mr. Munshi and Dr. Ambedkar were the members of the committee. The committee met and made its report in February. Unquote. Finally, he placed the report and moved in the Constitutional Assembly. What was his prayer when he was moving? I quote again. If they, that is Muslims, I quote, if they really have come honestly to the conclusion that in the changed conditions of this country, it is in the interest of the all to lay down real and genuine foundation of a secular state, then nothing is better for minorities than to trust the good sense and sense of the fairness of the majority and to place confidence in them. First part, unquote. Second part is very important. Again I quote. So also, it is for us to happen to be the majority to think about what the minorities feel and how they are treated. But in the long run, it would be in the interest of the all forget that there is anything like majority and minority, this country and that India, there is only one community. With these considerations, sir, I beg to move that report may be adopted, unquote. This is the voice of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in the Constitutional Assembly. You are celebrating Constitution. See, now the problem is we want to harvest the legacy of the Sardar Patel